Good morning. My name is Karanpreet Kaur and the student ID is HES0671. Today I will be presenting on the topic Inquiry-Based Learning and Teaching Strategies in STEM. Here is the table of contents. Introduction. This presentation is based on teaching and learning practices in the early years, and we will be focusing on STEM education in the early childhood. STEM stands for Science, Technology, Engineering, and Mathematics. Science and technology are the requirements for the future, so there is a need for STEM education to increase with time. In this presentation, we will also be discussing about all the pedagogies in STEM, mainly inquiry-based and play-based, and also some digital technologies for use in teaching STEM. So let us first understand what is STEM. STEM is an education curriculum wherein all the subjects are taught in integration with each other instead of being taught in isolation. STEM education is introduced to emphasize preparing the upcoming generation for fast technical development. When science meets math with the help of technology, it helps your child engineer something innovative. STEM learning helps in academics by teaching how to apply the theory and concepts to practically create something innovative. It helps in boosting child's curiosity, scientific thinking, creativity, and all other things that are vital to learning science better. Let us now discuss learning and teaching strategies in STEM. Now, children's brain are sharp and they easily grasp all the things, while learning means their learning capacity is higher than those of adults. In the early years, children are more influenced by playing activities. So, the learning activities based on play are more suitable for children. So, the play based approach is one of the widely used teaching and learning strategies, and the other one is inquiry based learning. Let us now discuss the play-based learning strategies first. These learning strategies include various practices such as exploration and play and motivation and effect. Let us take an example of an activity of children playing with blocks to explain how play-based learning helps in teaching STEM. Children of all ages loves playing with blocks. This simple play also has all the elements of STEM in it. Like science, children can explore cause and effect and learn about the science concepts like gravity, steadiness, weight, and balance as they play with blocks. Technology. Block play can assist youngsters with fostering the fine and gross motor skills they need to utilize in technological gadgets. Having a camera in the classroom that youngsters can use to take the pictures of their structures can likewise assist the kids with mastering the technological skills. Engineering. You can utilize blocks or use the structures like Magna Tiles to assist the kids with finding out about designing ideas and foster critical thinking abilities. Kids can find out about engineering and the various structures and scaffolds as they fabricate their own interesting designs. They can likewise try different things with various structures and realize that what is the reason why few structures work and the others stumble down. And finally, math. Block play assists youngsters with figuring out how to communicate amounts and estimations, sort and match objects in view of similarities and contrast and grasp essential numerical ideas like numbers, shapes, counting, expansion, and so forth. Next is the inquiry based learning strategies. Inquiry based learning is a child centered pedagogical approach that enables the learners to construct their understanding throughout the process of learning. Learners uncovers first-hand understandings about the subjects, their environment, and themselves by asking questions, investigating problems, and drawing evidence-based conclusions while collaborating with others. While there is a range of definitions for inquiry, research suggests that inquiry based approaches can support student achievement and engagement. Inquiry originated in the science disciplines and has long been advocated as an effective and authentic approach to teaching and learning, particularly within the STEM areas. Let us now take an example of an activity to understand the inquiry based approach better. Children baking cookies. This simple activity has so many elements of STEM, like when we are measuring the contents is maths. Figuring out how to break the egg of the shell is engineering. Using the recipe from the YouTube is technology. Mixing the ingredients, children can touch, smell, taste the cookies. Cookie dough rising when it's baking is all science. And all these elements can come up when educators are questioning children. Like, can you count the number of cookies we need? Is problem solving. What happens when we mix all these ingredients is reflection and creating curiosity in children. This activity explains how inquiry based approach is used to teach STEM. Now, there are several inquiry processes that can be utilized to work with inquiry based learning and how to achieve inquiry based learning environment in a classroom. But UNESCO suggests this four-stepped process is the most important. The first step is setting up a challenge. Encourage students to bring out their interest in a specific theme. Set a challenge for them where students foster an inquiry that they are keen on replying. Like taking the example from the above activity, for this step, the educator can ask questions. Do you know how many cookies we will need to make? So the students helps to solve that how many cookies they will need. It is a challenge for them. Step number 2, encourage active student investigation. Inquiry based learning works best when educators positively empower active student exploration. For example, an educator in the above case can further say, if everyone in this room will be having one cookie, then how many cookies do we need? In this scenario, the educator is positively pushing students to solve the challenge. Step number 3 is making generalizations. Speculations assist students to explore further, giving a base to their general understanding. From this, they can make sense of their project based learning in a manner that makes significance for them. For example, after asking if everyone in this room will be having one cookie, then how many cookies do we need? The educator can further add, should we count the number of people in the room? Number fourth step is the reflection step. It is one of the central part of the inquiry based approach. Without reflection, both teachers and students cannot develop their practices. In the above example, reflecting if the number of the cookies they made were actually enough. This whole process helps to create an inquiry based learning, and in the process to do so, it helped in the learning of STEM content. Like in this particular case, it is maths, numeracy, as students counted the number of people and how many cookies they will be needing. Next is STEM education in the digital technology. This slide aims to explore the supportive, complementary role of educational digital technology in early childhood STEM education. Digital technology tools include educational robotics, simulations, models, narrative rich videos, and digital games. Indicatively, educational robotics provides a learning environment where young children can apply computer programming skills, mathematical skills like numerical cognition, sequencing, patterns, counting, measuring, comparing, and problem solving, and scientific skills and processes like scientific inquiry, conducting experiments, cause effect relationships. The use of simulations enables hands on experimental work and learning via investigations, while digital games aid children become familiar with the technology. Digital technology support has the potential to enhance the benefits of STEM in the early years under conditions of teacher guidance, pedagogical strategies. It is suggested for teacher professionals to development to promote the early STEM education with digital technology. Conclusion. This presentation is focused on how children are taught and learn during their formative years. In this effort, we emphasize on STEM education or science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, which helps youngsters learn in an original and creative way while utilizing new technologies. The necessity for STEM education is growing as science and technology are the prerequisites for the next generations. We discuss STEM education, learning techniques related to STEM education, inquiry based teaching and learning strategy, and the use of technology for the future development in this presentation. Here are the references. Thank you.